My grandparents. They are my maternal grandparents, Juan and Graciela. They already passed when my grandfather Juan lived 105 years and grandmother Graciela lived 98 years. My grandpa, my grandpa Juan was born in Hasron, Lebanon, that is located in the Middle East. He did not study at the university and only had a few studies since there were not many opportunities in his town. He also had to live in Lebanon because the war. He arrived from Lebanon to Mexico when he was 30 years old. He only spoke Arabic and French, but two of his older brothers already living here in Mexico, so little by little he learned to speak Spanish. Perhaps in the hadn't had his brothers in Mexico, it would have been more difficult for him to leave her. He learned the tailoring trade. He was always very hard working and very good person. Many people calling him Old Con Juan, even though he was not his uncle. He, his greatest success was learning to live in a foreign country, learning a new language, but above all to have a unique family and to be a very loving father and grandfather. He was proud of that. This is my grandma. She was born here in Aguascalientes. She was the youngest of six children. She first studied a commercial career. Nowadays it would be like a career as a secretary and studied to the primary education teacher. One of his greatest traits was his voice. She was a soprano and came to sing at the Morels my roles. Later she worked hard to get a permanent position as teacher. She feels very proud to be a support for my grandfather and two of the working together to give their children a good education because she always said that education was the only in inheritance that she was going to leave her children. He, he is my paternal grandfather. He, he, his name is Jose Luis. He was born Querétaro, but lived since childhood in Mexico City. My grandfather did not have the opportunity to study for a university degree because from a very young age he had to start working. His highest degree of study was middle high school, but that was not an obstacle for him. My grandfather worked in the Bacardi company, and because an area manager he also worked at Panamericana de Protection. He started in the operational position and because regional manager if he had stopped working because he did not have university study. He would not have been able to fill those positions. She is my grandmother, Concepcion. How we affected Conchita. She was born in Mexico City and was the second of seven brothers and one sister. So from a very young age, she happened my great grandmother her take care of her brothers and sisters. She also did not have the opportunity to study high school and university because she also happened my great grandfather in the bakery bakery since he was a baker in addition she preferred to many very young all 16 years old. You may not have professional success, but your greatest success is having formed a beautiful family from a very young age. The most important things that I have learning from the is love, family union, work, and never giving up. Bye bye. Finish.